So I get this question a lot. A lot of people ask me, "Hey, David, how did you get into wedding photography, and how can I get into it?" And it's really different for everybody. I'm sure. Um, Stories that I've heard from people, it's all like I got into it because my dad was into it, or I got into it because my friend helped me, or I needed to shoot my family's wedding, so then I started becoming the family photographer. Blah 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 blah. There's a million ways you can get into this industry, but it sometimes can be hard to start cracking it and shooting your own weddings, and booking your own weddings, just you, not as a second primary photographer. But you have to start somewhere. You guys have heard me say that a lot in my videos. You have to start somewhere, and so in this industry, I think the best way to kind of break into it is shoot with another photographer. It's as simple as that. Go online and wherever you live, just search wedding photographer. Find somebody whose style you really like, and shoot them a message, and be nice and say, "Hey, I'm a learning, aspiring photographer. I like your work, and if you have anything to show to them, show them your portfolio. If not, just say, hey, I'd love to give you my services, and you can use my photos if you like them. They might not like them, but always offer, like, hey, if there's anything you like, it's yours. Like, you can use it. Just please allow me to use it for my own portfolio." That's kind of how I started. I started shadowing just a bunch of random photographers in my area, and it really turned into just realizing, like, it's not incredibly hard to shoot a wedding. There's a lot of things, a lot of fundamentals that you'll learn. There's something, I think every wedding, there's something, little small things that I might learn every time, super small things, sometimes big things, how to act with different people, interacting with people. You're going to learn so much on a daily basis, shooting photos of people. It's such a personal thing, especially a wedding day, that you get to be involved in. So you learn something every day. And so that's why I think it's really, really important to shadow people first, because they're going to always show you what they've learned. And that could be over a span of, 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 years, however long they've been shooting. And that's just, it's priceless information. It's nothing you can learn online. It's most of the time, it's nothing I can even tell you. It's something that you have to either learn for yourself or from some other photographer in the moment. And it's amazing. It's the best kind of way to get into industry. I like doing it because I'm a real visual learner, and so I love going out into the field, whatever it might be that I'm learning, music, woodworking, anything. I like to see people doing it. I like to see people taking photos, posing, how they talk, how they interact. And so that's kind of how I started my venture into wedding photography. And honestly, this might not be something I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I don't think it is, but I love what I'm doing right now. It's really fun. I get to meet some awesome people, go to some awesome places, eat really good food. That's always a plus. And it hasn't gotten old yet. So it's something I'm going to continue to do for as long as I suppose I can, until I get too busy or life gets in the way or something. So go out and talk to other photographers, see if they'd let you shadow them. There's been plenty of times where I let people come shadow me, and if they have any experience, I'll pay them. It might not be much, but I will pay them. There might be some people who have no experience and they want to just tag along, and most of the time, it depends on the shoot. Sometimes some weddings are really uptight. It might be hard to have another third person on top of your typical second shooter there. So, you got to be really careful, and as a photographer, choose wisely if you're going to let other people come shoot with you. So, take it with a grain of salt when you're asking another photographer, like, hey, if there's any shoot in the future, a laid back wedding or something, you'd let me come to and shoot some photos, and shoot over your shoulder and shadow you. I'd love to. So that's how I did it. It definitely works wherever you might be. I'm sure there's at least one photographer who would be willing to let you shoot over their shoulder. And then after that, you'll start getting photos. You'll start building a portfolio, and that's what people want to see. They want to make sure that you have a reputable portfolio, whatever you might be doing, not just in, of course, photography, but people want to see, what's your work, what have you done, and nobody's going to hire you based on what you say, like, hey, you should hire me because I'm a great photographer. But like, if you have nothing to show for it, you know, they're not going to hire you. So you got to get some work. You know, I shot a couple of my family's weddings before I was really in this industry. I hadn't really cracked it yet. I didn't really shot a lot of weddings. I didn't really know what I was doing. There was a lot of mistakes I made. So once you start having a couple wedding sets, build a website, put them all up there, and then start telling friends, start posting online that you want to get into wedding photography. Start at a lower price. Don't expect to be charging $3, $4, or $5 from the get-go. You have to start. You have to build yourself up and get better at your craft. And after that, you'll be really surprised. Once you have good work, you'll realize people want to hire you because your work's good. It's super simple, you know, but you have to start somewhere, and that might mean shadowing a photographer and kind of shooting over their shoulder and learning what they have learned over the past however long they've been shooting. So hope that's helpful for any of you aspiring photographers. It's a really fun industry to get into. There's a lot of amazing things that can happen. You know, it's a wedding day. Every wedding day is different. A lot of same things happen on a wedding day, but every couple's different and every location's different and every shoot is different. So it's really fun to be able to capture people on their best, most, you know, in their eyes, their best day of their life. And it's a great day. So it's a fun job we have. So till next time, again, check the old Instagram out, David James I. And if you're into woodworking, I have another YouTube channel I just started where I do woodworking crafts and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of another hobby of mine. Go check that out. There will be a link below. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.